Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with another video where today we're going to be checking out a new bundle I picked up on eBay, and it's a bunch of Spider-Man figures. We've got ToyBiz and yeah, I think they're all ToyBiz. All ToyBiz Spider-Man figures, but there's some belters in here and I just wanted to take a look at each one individually, go over them, see what I think about them, and yeah, just share some of my thoughts. We've got the human spider from the first Spider-Man movie. We've also got a really cool looking figure from the new animated series. Let me know if you've seen that down below in the comments. I love it. I've got it on DVD and I'm really happy to pick up this figure. We've also got a pretty old comic accurate Spidey as well as a black suited Spider-Man. They all look pretty cool and yeah, I can't wait to check them out. So with that being said guys, let's not wait any longer. Let's get right into the video and check out these figures. So here are the figures that I picked up on eBay, and the real reason I picked these guys up is because I took a liking to this guy right here in the middle. He just looks like a great Spider-Man, a great comic accurate Spidey. He's got some awesome colours, the bright red and the bright blue. But the real reason that I really liked him was because of the head sculpt. I really liked the big eyes. And it reminded me of, is it the Mafex Spider-Man, the Mafex comic Spidey that came out, I think it was last year. I don't have the money for Mafex figures, and to be honest, I'm happy collecting my Marvel Legends. And I knew this ToyBiz Spidey existed, so I was keeping my eye out for him. And he came up a few times, but the price just wasn't really right, especially because he was in box, and I was gonna take him out of box anyway. So this bundle popped up, and it was on auction, and I ended up getting this for a fantastic price with all these figures included. I'm so happy with this bundle because this guy looks awesome, this guy looks alright. I finally got my hands on the human spider. I love the new animated series, and yeah, I managed to get this guy along with them. I'm not too bothered about him, although saying that, I've really taken a liking to him now that I've opened these guys up and had a wee bit of a closer look. But let's take a look at each one by one, and let's start off with this black suited Spidey. So here he is. The head sculpt looks okay. I mean, it's obviously dated now. He's kind of hard to move his head around. It seems to be at a bit of an angle and I can't seem to straighten it up at all. But it looks alright. You can turn it around, of course, and it's on this kind of neck hinge as well, which turns, and you can move that individually. But yeah, is what it is. It's on this kind of classic ToyBiz Spider-Man body mold, which we'll see another couple times in this video, because I do have this guy as well that I want to compare them to. The legs are loose as always with these ToyBiz classic Spidey figures, just dead loose at the thigh joints. But yeah, not much more to see. Of course, it's just classic black suit Spider-Man, so it is what it is. I'm glad to have him. He looks not bad. The spider logo is really crisp, especially for the age of this guy. But it looks great. Front and back, so not much more to say on him. Nice black suit Spidey, a bit old now, but yeah, I like him. Next up, let's get to the one that I really wasn't too keen on when I saw him in the listing. I thought he looked alright, but he definitely didn't look the best, and that's this guy right here. Now that I've got him in hand, honestly I love him. The articulation isn't too good at all, because why would you not have an elbow joint here? Like, I don't know. And yeah, I'm not a massive fan of these the ball joints here. Not because they're a ball joint, but because the design of the spider suit, just the red up here and the blue. I would rather be a lot more red basically, because why would this bit come up and then it be blue? I mean, obviously you can line it up like that, but that just doesn't look right. So yeah, it is what it is. I wish it was more articulated in the arms, but the head sculpt is really nice. Yeah, I really get like Homecoming vibes off the head sculpt, which is pretty cool. I really like it. The webbing's really decent. The reason I really didn't like this figure at first was because of the amount of blue coming in at the sides. I would like a bit more red. I don't know. Now I like it, so I don't know if there's any point going on. And I just thought the blue was a bit wide coming in at the sides originally, but I think it looks decent now, and I really like the big spider logo as well. I really like the detail in the legs, and I think you get some in the arms as well up at the top. If I'd focus on him a bit more. See kind of the crinkles where the suit's kind of folded up a bit, and you get these lines. It looks fantastic. See it on this leg here, even more down at the bottom as well. It looks really good. And then you've just kind of got the classic legs at the bottom. I mean the red at the bottom of the legs. But yeah, all the way back on the back, and a lot at the top of the back as well. More of the kind of crinkling folding design. Not a massive fan of the back logo in this guy, but it's decent. Definitely for a variant Spider-Man costume. I'm glad I have him now. Because yeah, the detail was really nice. Just I wish there was a bit more articulation in him. So next up, let's go for a figure that I actually had as a kid. And I loved this figure. He was amazing. It's the Human Spider. It's the Human Spider, you got my name wrong. The classic. This guy is awesome. And he's got a few bits and bobs to him. So this guy you could actually interchange with other parts to make him the classic movie Spider-Man suit. And I'll take the bits and bobs off later just to show you. But I picked him up as is. So I'm going to keep him as the Human Spider out on display. And I think he looks good. The mask is decent. You've got the Toby eyes there. And then I really like the hands, a lot of good detail there. With the gloves. Kind of see on the rubbery costume, the design going on. The legs. I do remember as a kid they had the red stripes down, but that's all came off. You can actually tell the rubber is very old at this point. Yeah, just in the way it feels and moves and everything. And then you've got the feet. Once again, the legs are really loose. I was actually surprised that he could stand up, but he does, so I'm happy with that. And then you've got the back logo here. And yeah, I'm not really wanting to mess around with the rubber too much, because as a kid, the amount of times the rubber would break and burst and rip, it was an absolute pain. But if I take it off for the video, we've got the Peter Parker head, and this looks great. Really good Tobey Maguire likeness, really good Peter Parker head sculpt. And yeah, not much to complain about there. And if I did have the Spider-Man parts, you can take the arms off, put the Spider-Man costume arms on, and you can then take this rubber top off. And you've got the top of the Spider-Man costume. Of course, then you can take the legs off, but I'm not even going to bother because they're blue legs. You know what the costume looks like, but it does look a decent Spidey suit. Not any articulation, unfortunately, but yeah, it'd be cool to have the other Spider-Man parts, of course, but I'm happy just having the Human Spider because I do have a lot of other Spider-Man movie figures anyway. So next up, we'll take a look at the figure that I was really wanting in the first place, and I'll just move the new animated series over to the side. I'll bring him back in a second. But yeah, this is the kind of classic Spider-Man comic look that I was going for, and I really like this figure. I think mostly the reason I like this figure is because there's a really nostalgic vibe to him. I had this guy from when I was this could be my very first action figure. I think I got this guy when I was about 3 years old. I've played with him so much as a kid, and I actually don't know how I still have him, because most of the figures I had from back then are broken, lost. I mean, this guy is broken. He's not got any fingers left. He does still have his articulated fingers here, but then he's missing this one. I've glued his legs because they were so loose, like the loosest joints you could ever imagine, so they were super glued. After I had them sellotaped for years because, yeah, I don't know. And you can see some wear on his butt there. I do have him sitting out on display actually, just because he is my first Spider-Man figure. As I said, maybe my first figure of all time. And I love this guy just for that reason. A lot darker colours compared to this guy, as you can see. And I think that's why I just love this guy so much, because I do prefer the bright red colours on Spider-Man, the bright blue. And I much prefer this head sculpt. I just really like the eyes a lot more. And pretty much the same spider logo, same on the back. But yeah, he's got more fingers, that's for sure, although he is missing one in this hand, which I didn't know when I got the bundle, but to be honest, I'm not too bothered, especially for the price I picked it up at. He's got his articulated fingers, let's see, boom. I love the articulated fingers, getting them into that thwipping pose with the articulated fingers is fantastic and will never grow old. Yeah, the body's a bit outdated now and it looks a bit older, but really like this, especially because of the head sculpt. Let me know if you guys agree. Let me know down in the comment section if you're also a fan of the big Spider-Man eyes. Another comparison that I just wanted to make quickly is this guy next to, okay, let's see if I can get him to stand. Next to the newest Comic Spidey we have, which everyone loves and I love myself. I did a video on this guy. If you've not seen it, feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check that out. He's a great figure. I do actually prefer this head sculpt over the other one. But yeah, as you can see, similar colours, but not much else really similar. A lot taller, as you can see there, and just totally different articulation. Obviously, a lot newer figure, a lot more modern. So glad to have him, but I'm also loving this guy, and I'm glad to have this guy in the collection now. So, bringing him back in, the last figure from this bundle was this Spider-Man from, I believe it's called the New Animated Series. That's what I've been calling it this full video. I might be wrong, but that's what I think it's called. And he looks fantastic. When I saw this guy in the bundle, I knew I had to pick it up because I was checking for this guy ages ago when I first watched the New Animated Series, and he was super expensive. I mean, honestly, I saw this guy listed for about £50. So I got the bundle for a lot cheaper than that, and this guy was included. And at first I didn't even realise the webbing is all painted different colour, no, all different colours, black and silver. But I quite like it. It does look funky, especially on camera. I think it looks a bit better, especially from a distance. It has that New Animated Series vibe to it. If you've not seen the show, definitely check it out. I believe it's set between the second and third Spider-Man movie. It's set in between two of the movies, and I believe it's the first and second, and I couldn't believe it when I saw this. I knew it was set between the Raimi films, and it was kind of meant to continue the Raimi storyline, but I never noticed that this costume has the same back logo from Spider-Man 1, and that is so cool, because that is my favourite back logo, and it looks great on this figure, so that's a great touch as well. It just looks epic. Let me know what you think, because I really like it. The only problem is, and it is kind of a big problem, the articulation once again sucks. It sucks. No articulation here in the elbow. No whipping hands, no interchangeable hands at all. As far as I know, because I did look this figure up and I couldn't see any interchangeable hands for him. The other thing is, this silver webbing really stands out, I feel like. I don't know, maybe they should have done a bit more silver here or something, but it definitely shines right through more than the rest of it. He's kind of in a zombie pose, but yeah, if the articulation was a bit better on this guy, he would probably be one of my favourites from the bundle. I don't know. So there we have it, guys, on this Spider-Man eBay bundle, and I absolutely love it. It is a great bundle of Spider-Man figures. Great price, even for all the loose joints. As you can see, they stand pretty well, make a good display. I just love the variation, love the colours. I just love Spider-Man, so of course I'm going to love these figures, and I don't really know what else to say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What is your favourite? For me, it's between these two, the New Animated Series and the classic Spidey. But yeah, it could be any of them, to be honest. So let me know what you think. While you're down there, guys, if you could do me a massive favour, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for future videos on figures such as these guys right here. I'll also leave the link to my Instagram down in the description below, where I post pictures of my collection. Quite a lot. I used to say every day, but I'm not even keeping up to every day now. But go check it out if you feel like it, and check out any of my other videos over on the channel page. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll catch yous on the flip-flop later. Cheers.